Hi everyone, this is Colleen Francis at Engage Selling Solutions. Thanks so much for joining me on today's Sales Leader Strategy. I was sitting in on a sales team meeting the other day, which is one of my very favorite things to do. I love watching the interactions between the sales managers and their team and how things are being implemented and what they're being trained on. And one of the things that came up on this call, which I thought was a brilliant discussion, was that the salespeople, one very smart seller on this team, recognized that if they look, act, and sound the same as every other salesperson out there, the customer commoditizes them as people and can only differentiate based on price. And what the seller realized is when they were going to market, telling everybody about how great they were and what great service they had and the great product selection and their delivery options and their terms, they sounded exactly like every single other seller out there, right? Because everybody talks about their business in a positive way. So the conversation got to how do we differentiate our message about who we are, about what value we bring, about what we do, so that the customer looks at us and says, hey, this is different. And this is exactly what I advocate in terms of building an apples to oranges comparison. My goal is to make sure you, as a seller, and your company can never be commoditized, even if you are selling a commodity. And you do that by looking, acting, and sounding different from your competition. One easy way to do that is to talk to more people inside the account. Make sure that your competition isn't outnumbering you in terms of the number of people, so you build a broader perspective and a bigger opportunity. 2, ask more questions about the non-technical benefits of your solution. What I mean by that is you have a solution that drives success with your primary group that you do business with. For example, my client that takes time out of the billing cycles for hospitals, they directly affect the finance department, right? Because it's easier for them to bill and collect. But there's other ancillary benefits that they could be talking about. It reduces the need for manpower, which is really hard to find right now, so that affects HR. It probably also improves patient relations because there's not fighting about billing, delays, or missed payments or overcharging. And so that affects the community or patient relations. It probably also helps the nursing staff because they're not having to have conversations with patients on intake or as they're being discharged. And that's what I mean by the non-technical benefits of your product. Think outside the box. Make sure you're working with a broad range of people and ask yourself, who else benefits from my solution working effectively? And go after those people and highlight those benefits to your customer. In doing so, you create an apples to oranges comparison that cannot be commoditized. Thanks for joining me on today's Sales Leader Strategy. For more discussions on topics just like this, visit us now at engageselling.com.